I started the Make a Difference Institute. It's an Asian platform connecting young change makers, so nurturing their entrepreneurship, innovation and creativity. And we've been doing this for 7 years now. And every year we start with a forum in January, attended by over 1,500 young people. And they come from over 20 countries in Asia. So this is probably the biggest meetup in Asia. So you can imagine the vibrancy and energy of this forum. And since 3 years ago, because all these new actions in Hong Kong and meetups, they need a space. So I found a space, and recently, and it is something that is fascinating, I started to train civil servants. So you can imagine how different this is. Very bureaucratic civil servants, understanding what's out there, that people are doing social innovation, what does that mean? And then they can also take part, because the public sector innovation is the most important. So touching them and empowering them to be change makers as well. Six Asia started 3 years ago with the Mayor of Seoul, Mr. Park, coming to Hong Kong and hitting a big gong together with Chef Morgan and myself. It's a very difficult node and network within Six, because I think it's the most complicated part of the world. China is terribly big, and then the Southeast Asian countries, they are at different stages of social innovation. So Malaysia has just started an innovation agency. In Singapore, the government is so efficient, they do everything, so they don't need the civil society to be social innovators. And so each small country has its own problems. And then Hong Kong is not a country. What we can do is to connect with each other and to have a platform so that there's knowledge exchange, and there will be more dialogues and collaborations and discussions. So it started in a difficult way, but after the last meeting in Beijing, I was more hopeful, in the sense that I see that different countries in Asia have sort of woken up to the idea that social innovation is important, and there are social innovation funds in all parts of Asia now, even in China. So the first thing that we want to do after the Beijing meetup is probably a mapping exercise, like how the European countries are mapping what everybody's doing and putting everybody on the map, so that we know where the stakeholders are, who are the incubators and accelerators, who are the funders, and who are the family foundations supporting them, and who are the entrepreneurs out there, who's doing what. So this is something I would like to do. But again, it sounds great, it sounds easy, but it's not, because Asia is very diverse, and they speak different languages. So I see in Europe, English is probably the language by default, but still there are a lot of grassroots and community level innovations, and those people might not be connected to the English-speaking world. And if we want them to be on the map, then we have to get different kinds of people to find them and to locate them. I cannot connect Asia to the rest of the world, but I think with the Six platform and the Six network, and hopefully future summer schools could be held in more Asian countries, and the rest of the world, all the entrepreneurs, policymakers can come to Asia, and there will be exchange and dialogue. I do believe in peer-to-peer sharing and in information, and also bottom-up kind of collaborations. I also hope that the young people in Asia can have a stronger network, because this is the digital age, and Asia is developing, and the young people will have to take very, very important roles. So they do need to understand what is at stake and how things should be done in a different way.